What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Yeah, not much really to talk about on the market, right? Just a whole lot of chop. Now, I was kind of thought we'd come into this week and we'd see a little bit stronger uh, of a move, right? Maybe in the second half of this week. And so we're getting to that second half of the week time period. Now, what's interesting is we did have a pretty good gap up on the market Monday morning, but we've basically traded down since then. And we took out last week's low the second hour of this morning. The second hour of this morning, just looking here at the hour chart, you can see we got below Friday's low pretty early today. And really, I think that's just kind of what you need to know about the market. It's just a time period right now where it's just going to be choppy. There's not going to be strong directional moves. And if they are, they're going to be short-lived. They're not going to be long sustaining directional moves. My main point. There's not going to be anything like what we had back in August. Nothing like this yet. August to October. Even the move that we had from the end of December up to the beginning of February wasn't really strong directional. It was very choppy, and I just think that's kind of just where we are right now. Are we gonna possibly roll over, come back down lower? Yes, and I will be looking for that because if we do make those moves lower, that would be a very ideal time to probably just be looking to be bearish. But it just let the market kind of just get in here and figure it out. Let it figure out what it wants to do. There's no reason to really kind of be playing anything super aggressive. If you get quick wins, I would take your profits. Take your profits. If you get opportunities that you like on some long-term stock positions, I would look to probably just go ahead and snag them. But as far as like what we're getting here today, Eli Lilly, broke down big time yesterday. Look at that, coming right back today. So we're seeing a lot of things. Not say it'd be strong, but it's just very choppy, right? You're not getting a lot of continuation on some of these shorter term moves. Like even JP Morgan looks like it was going to just move bullish here. And in the past 2 days, it just has kind of fizzled out. Not to say maybe Thursday, Friday this week, it can't continue higher. AMD Semiconductors, after NVIDIA's earnings report last week, not really doing a whole lot. Speaking of NVIDIA, it's starting to come back down after that huge gap up it had. So we're not really getting that strong continuation like we typically see in bull markets, where it's like people chase monster gaps like this in bull markets. We're not seeing that. We're just not seeing that kind of price action, that kind of same follow through. And I'll probably talk about this a little bit in the market outlook video for this Friday, but that we're not seeing that. We're not seeing that, and that just kind of goes to show you, if you get a move, be protective, take your wins. Seba, how you doing, sir? And just take your wins. Take your wins. Keep it small. There's no real reason to be huge. Have huge positions out there. Keep your risk small. We'll have opportunities later on. I think the market's just going to still be just choppy. I don't know if we get back up into the upper 14s into the 420s anymore on the SPY. I just not looking the best. Not looking the best. I wanted to see it a little bit more strong this week. We started out this week pretty good with this gap up, but with us breaking last week's low today, it's not looking the best. So yeah, I'm just keep it small. Keep it small. If you get a win, if you get a quick win on any trade, I would look to lock in profits. If you are finding opportunities out there at longer term buying opportunities, that's the main thing. Longer term buying opportunities, yeah, I would definitely look to snag up some of that. But we've been choppy for a while. I think we're just going to continue to be choppy. That's all we need to know. So let's just continue to find some opportunities. I'm also going to probably be going a little bit farther in time, maybe what I'm looking for on some trade timelines. But yeah, that's about what all I got is we're just kind of watching today. Just kind of yesterday and today, just not really tickling my fancy right now with this market. So I mean, we might very slowly just chop down for months, and then once we get back down to some of these lower levels, I'd be a lot more aggressive bearish. But until we get to that kind of scenario, choppy is about the best way I can put it. So let me know if there's anything you want to look at. Other than that, man, just look around the market, see what's moving. Energy's kicking some butt today. All right. Energies are moving pretty good. Manufacturing looking pretty good. Cat, Deere. Applied Materials. Yeah, Applied Materials looking pretty good. Okay. What else is out there? Lamb Research. Scalpers Market, yeah. You gotta be fat. Yeah, lock it in, man. You get that move, lock it in. I should have done it here on, oh man, what was this? LLY, Eli Lilly, yeah. I'm still down to see what happens here over the next day or two. Yeah, I probably should. I really kind of thought about taking it off yesterday towards the close. I probably just should have, but yeah, I'm going to be doing that from now on. AMD and JP Morgan never really just moved solidly in my favor too much, so I didn't mind just leaving those. They're probably just going to whittle and die. It's not a big deal, but I was kind of hoping, well, not hoping, but kind of thinking Lamb Research was going to, or Lamb Research, Eli Lilly was going to help save out on the losses from AMD and JPM. Not really. I know the market's a little bit shook by some of the Fed talk about higher rates, and that's kind of the situation you're getting into with the Fed is any kind of strong economic fundamentals that we get coming out. The Fed's looking at that as an opportunity to keep raising rates, right? They've had a zero interest rate environment or a near zero rate interest rate environment for much of the past over a decade. And, they're taking the opportunity to get rates back into a level that they can use as a tool instead of, we can't do anything to help support the economy because rates are at zero. So we have to literally throw billions and trillions of dollars into the market, which then leads to other problems also. So I think they're just going to continue to take any good economic news as an opportunity to continue to pump up interest rates until they don't have to anymore. So that's kind of the other problem I think we're going to get into with the market is the economy's good, jobs are good, and I could definitely continue to see them pushing interest rates higher. So it is what it is. I love the opportunity that we're going to get later on down the line, but it's just gonna be confusing until we get there. That's it. Dollar, what's the dollar doing? Yeah, dollar's moving higher. Nice pullback. Really over the past 3 days. See, and here's the other thing. Interest rates have been rising almost daily now. Yeah, interest rates, man. Oh, look at that move on the 10-year. Look at that. 4 wicks. 4 daily wicks. And then today breaking above. And so far it looks like it's going to close up above them. Yeah, it's been holding up above them for a few hours now. So, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Here's the other thing is the dollar. And, a lot of people talking about the dollar putting a lot of pressure on stocks over the past month or so. And really over the past 3 days, we've seen the dollar pull back. And we look at the market, even though it had the gap up on Monday, the stock market has pulled back some. So, just not the same kind of follow through you'd expect to have seen on dollar moving back. You'd have thought, stocks would have been moving higher. 10 2 year, still just moving inverted. Not really much to say there. Just continue to move inverted. GLD up really over the past couple of days. Dollar's been a little weak, so GLD gold's up. All right, HYG pulling back a little bit, man. Look at that move on the HYG today. That is strong. Okay, that's pretty strong. LQD bonds continue to roll down. Interesting. So they're not really bouncing. They're just kind of just rolling over. HYG had a little bit of a bounce last week, but today not really looking all that strong. Okay. Okay. Ooh, First Solar. First Solar earnings. They did have earnings. Look at that. So First Solar had earnings. They had a less of a loss than expected. What's the estimate said? Profit margins. They had a loss. Hold on. Was this Q4 results? No. Yes, this was Q4 results. It's not updated here. This is Q3 latest in the numbers here. Yeah. All right. First Solar not gonna come down to like the 90s. Not happening. Historically, March is some violent bottoms. We may be in store for one in the coming weeks. Yeah. I know a lot of people talking about seasonality right now. Man, you see seasonality everywhere. Everybody's talking about seasonality right now. I'm not one to believe seasonality really is a big factor in non. What's the best way to? How do I say? Like when the market's abnormal, a lot of statistics just kind of don't work. Typically, that's just kind of the way I like to look at it. Mostly because most statistics, 90% of the time, this is what happens, right? But when you're in the marketplace of like 5% of the time, well, what happens? I mean, I don't know. Does seasonality work in that kind of scenario? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I know one thing. I mean, 375 to 370 zone. This is going to be a very tough area to kind of break down. So if we do get back below this, yeah, I'm game. Like we'll probably just be selling off. It was really a bummer the market made this move. I was really bummed the market made this move. Really was. At the beginning of February, because it did establish a new high. And I kind of feel like this kind of deterred a lot of really what I was thinking before. But it's just the way the market goes sometimes, you know. Sometimes it just kind of fakes you out and gets you to change things. And that's fine. It's fine. I mean, the market's going to be here tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, next decade. All you got to do is continue to be in it that long, and you'll be fine. Right? You just be fine. Don't let short-term pain be long-term bankruptcy. I don't know what do they say? Short-term pain. Yeah, long-term bankruptcy is good enough acronym or analogy. Qs looks. I mean, they're still holding up. They haven't broken last week's low. I know a lot of that's because. Actually, no, because NVIDIA's earnings was last Thursday. I don't really know why. I do know that we've seen a follow through in semiconductor strength early this week, so that might be what's holding up the Qs. But I mean, because last Friday's low. Yeah, I mean, last Friday was the low, so that was after NVIDIA's earnings. So I don't know. That's kind of weird. I would have thought Qs would also have broken its low, but how close has it gotten? Oh, it got real close. Low of 290.05. Low of 290.20. So we missed it. So far it's missed it by 15 cents. Yeah, you got it right, Siva. Just give it time. Just make it the next month. It's not a big deal if this month doesn't work out. Just don't make this month not work out for next month either. But it's just kind of annoying. Laid out a perfect plan and then the beginning of February just completely completely change things. It's fine. I do want to look back at some things like monthly charts. I want to make sure. Oh, let me get rid of this. Yeah, because we got a wick up into the mid four, up over 410, really over 413. So we wicked over 413, and the last time we did that was back in August, right? This was the last time we did wick over that zone. And really, we haven't had a monthly close. The highest monthly close we've had was all the way back last May. That was the highest monthly close we've had in 9 months, roughly. Roughly 9 months. Yeah, 9 months. Wow, 9 months. So we've had 2 wicks above that. We have a very nice little pennant pattern actually setting up here on a monthly time frame, and you can even there we go. Yeah, obviously everybody was kind of watching this trend line that we've had come up. You can even grab the wrong thing. You can even move this out here. So yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like we're gonna probably just start slowly breaking down. If we just continue to slowly break down over a couple months, I would look for a green month or somewhat of a bullish month, and then probably just be bearish on the backside of that on the following month. That might be my game plan going forward. If we get a green month, probably not March. Probably won't be March, but if we get a green month, maybe like April or May, I'd probably be bearish on the backside of that and look for us just to continue to roll over. And I think we'll probably bottom in Q3. That's when I think we'll probably bottom. Not too much usually happens in the summertime, but I mean, I'd say it couldn't happen. Let me go back. Let me go. Oh, I want to go scroll that. There we go. Yeah, I don't want to look at 01. Or I want to look at 01. Yeah, because we got this huge wick that came in. You got a lot of these like upper wicks here back in the 2000, 2002. Yeah, so we'll get plenty of time. Like you get to these 2 months. These are the 2 months, in a bear market that you want to be a little bit more, not aggressive on, but you definitely want to be planned for these. You don't really care about all these. You want to let the market see what it's going to do. And if it finally shows its hand, like, hey, yeah, it's going to break down. All right, then that's the way you play it. But you don't worry about all the noise until it says, yeah, it's going to break down. So we're probably just in those months of slow chop. Probably just continue to slowly break down for the next few months, and then we'll see what it looks like in a couple months. I would imagine we'll probably continue to see good economic, good job stuff data to continue to come out for a while until as consumers are continuing to put. Let me see if that's not bad. Check that out. As consumers are really just continuing to put the basically any purchases on credit card debt, right? It's just credit card debt. So if they continue to do that, eventually companies, financial companies are going to wise up and realize, yeah, y'all don't have the money to pay that back. We're going to stop lending you money because you don't have the ability to pay it back. And then because the banks are going to be left the one holding the bag, which is really amazing that we continue to see credit card companies and financial companies continue just to allow people to rack up credit card debt. This is nuts to me. Lully, Apple, AAPL. Yeah, and it's just so much of this just looks like it. It was such a grind to go higher. You see a lot of these full body candles up, and then there's so many gaps down here over the past like 2 weeks. That just air pockets, man, just massive air pockets, just all up in this. It is the American way. If you don't have a credit card, you're not spending 20 grand a month on credit cards while you make 5 grand. I mean, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? I saw a funny article. Oh my gosh, Rosebud, hello, how are you? Saw a funny article this past weekend or Monday. I was going to see the grandparents, and there was an article. A woman, you definitely tell she's probably just from a poor mindset, poor neighborhood. But she posted on TikTok that she bought a car. And it was like a 1998 Ford Escape, a real beater, right? Beater car. But she bought this car for $289 a month for 84 months. So let's do the math on that. Let's do the math. 289 times 84. It is $24,000. And like, I guess some of the comments, I saw this in an article. I don't really follow TikTok at all, but I saw this in an article, and the comments were like, she just got absolutely destroyed. But it was that mentality. Someone probably bragged to her that she would never be able to buy a car, and she bought a car. She bought a car for $24,000 when that car was worth like 2 grand, I think, is what someone said. Like, if you just look up not Craigslist, but like Blue Book value of a '98 Ford Escape is like 2 grand. It's like, man, ugh, couldn't imagine. And she was posting in the picture with an older gentleman, probably looked like her dad or something. I'm just like, what? Are you guiding your kid really to buy a car like that? It's just crazy. Oh, I mean, I would completely. Dude, but here's the thing, Steve. Just think about this. If she pays that car payment for a whole year, that loan makes money. Think about that. that loan makes money because, I mean, they'll write off the car, right? I mean, they're gonna write off the car because like the car is worth 2 grand, so she makes 10 months of payments. They made money on loaning her on the loan of that car. It's just ridiculous, man. By the way, yeah, used car lots, man. They are some scammy places, but just crazy. When I saw that article, I didn't really think about the math off the top of my head, but I knew when I saw like '98 Ford Escape and I saw the payment, I was like, that math don't add up. So I had to then do the math in the calculator. I was like, my gosh. That is brutal. All right, we got Lowe's. We got what? Rosebud, what did you do? My goodness. Did I see that on the heat map? Where are you? Lowe's. Oh man. Yeah. Wow. But this is on the back of like Home Depot actually did okay. Oh yeah, you know what? That's right. Home Depot did gap down. They actually said some pretty positive things on their earnings report, but yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue to watch. Kohl's. My gosh, Kohl's has moved a lot today. Holy cow. Okay. Monster, not Microsoft. Monster. Hands are so used to typing Microsoft. Monster. They realized that all the people that drink their drinks have finally died from liver failure, and there's no one left to buy their drinks. Wow. Oh, I mean that's not a bad quarter. I mean they missed on top line. That stinks. But these kind of companies, it's okay if they miss on top line, but you don't want to see them miss on bottom line. Do you think Tesla sells off after this evening? Oh yeah, that's right. They have investor today. I have no idea. I just know one thing, man. It's so hard to be, I don't know. I think about this. I mean, you see a lot of buying here, a lot of buying. This might have been a lot of short covering, a lot of people buying long term positions back in January. I have no idea. They've been pretty strong throughout February as well. I'm not sure. I do know. I would definitely say if it gets below 185, it's probably gonna be moving bearishly. If it moves back over 215 or so, probably just moving bullishly. But yeah, I have no idea. I know a lot of people like to track Tesla. I like Elon, but man, this TSLA has just gotten so much of emotional traders wrapped up in it that I used to track this like years ago, but I have no, like, back in this area. I loved Tesla back here. I loved it. They were absolutely beating anybody that was basically saying that Tesla was not going to make it, TSLA is not going to survive, and all that. And they just kept, doing their thing, and eventually, there you go. So I don't know. Yeah. I still think, and if you look here, actually, it's kind of a good look right here. I mean, you got a little bit of a shoulder, neck, head, a little bit of a neck there, shoulder. Then there's the rollover, and here we're retesting into possibly. I mean, we're still in that neckline area of this breakdown. It's like we haven't cleared this zone really all that much. We haven't gotten above it. So if we can start to roll back over, I mean, it'll catch up quick. It'll. I mean, you'll start seeing the selling come in. Yeah. Yes, Nvidia. It's so hard to be bearish on semiconductors. They go into everything. You can. I mean, I think the only place where there's not semiconductors is probably pillows. But that's about all I can think of right now. There's not much, man. They're in beds. They're in they're in so much, but just crazy. Axon up after report defense. Never heard of them. Axon. Never heard of them, huh? Axon. Where is your? Where's your website? Axon. There we go. Connected products. A new era is less lethal technology. Connected products to protect life. So it looks like they do a lot of the webcam. Or not webcam. Yeah, live stream on Facebook Live. The body cam stuff. Capture truth. I'm a big fan of body cam footage because it holds people accountable. It holds people accountable. People don't just get away with the cop beat me, or they pulled a gun so I shot him. We know the truth. Protect life. So it seems like, yeah, they do just a bunch of the non-lethal stuff. Ah, that's really cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. I wonder. I know they're classified in like defense sector, but I'm curious if it goes like above probably local, because this seems like more of a local type police force type play, and but yeah, that's pretty cool. How long have they been around? All right, a good while. Monthly, ooh, all the way back to 2001. They've been around for a while, and this looks pretty good. I mean, this looks pretty good. It's going to be very difficult to go against something like this because, I mean, local police jurisdictions, you know, they're going to spend money. But once this stuff is everywhere, I mean, I'm curious to like what their growth prospects would be. But yeah, that's really interesting. Axon, all right. Tasers. They're tasing every. Hey man, I'd rather them be tasing everybody than shooting everybody. If someone dies to a heart attack because they got tased, you know, that sucks, but it happens. But I'd rather that kind of be the situation out in the workforce or out in the police force than you know, you get those cops out there that are like Rambo. Like, man, just want some action. Get some Call of Duty going up in my streets. All right, I'm gonna look at some of the sector rotations. I believe it is. They'll probably expand body games. Yeah, yeah. Is that the old taser from back in the day? Oh, is it? Let's ask the web. TAR. Hold on. TASR. Is that? No. Okay, so TASR now. AX. Oh, wait, let's see. Oh, yep. There it is. Taser International was now Axon. That was right there. Boom. Taser. So it probably is. Yep. Seriously, I wonder why they changed their name from Taser to Axon. Like, Taser sounds like I don't know, sounds appropriate, I guess. But maybe it's a little too aggressive for you want to be like non-lethal. We don't want to be like confrontational type. So maybe they just change their name. It makes people harder to invest in you, man. AMD. Spy is the spy trying to continue just to sell off? Yeah. All right. Man, this is gonna be so much hands off for a while. Eli Lilly. This sucker, man. This sucker got bought up this morning. Financials and semiconductors did not. Maybe they started selling life insurance on the side. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, we also sell pacemakers. If you need a jolt, you know, go rob a liquor store and have the police shoot you with a taser. I see something on this. I want to get rid of. There we go. All right. Apple, man. Apple's starting to look kind of bearish. Yeah, 2 upper wicks in a row, and then we're going to break down below. It looks like we're probably going to close solidly today below last week's low. Okay. Okay. This is Alphabet. Alphabet's not doing too bad today. Not Mass. Microsoft. Here we go. Yeah, we're starting to see some bearishness out there on some stocks. I like it. I like it, man. I want to get done with this bear market. The sooner the better. Rosebud, you allocating to anything? Anything in particular? VIX isn't really climbing. It's just kind of hanging out today. Not really doing much. Yeah. Yeah. I'm there. I'm on the sidelines. I'm with you. It's just things just aren't continuing to move in the directions they try to move. And I'm kind of done with it. It's been a good past year and a half, but I'm just like, all right, man. I'll wait for the last bear market move, and then I'll look for the bull market. It's gonna be so boring for the next few months. CRM after Salesforce today. Oh, people are out buying Salesforce today. What was that? Period ending January. That's weird. Don't look horrible bullishly, but if earnings wasn't today, it would actually look okay. The thing that kind of scares me though is if this thing gaps down and gaps below last Friday's low, that thing's gonna get wrecked. It's gonna get wrecked bad. I'm getting an idea in my head. Not even gonna lie, I'm getting an idea. I might do this. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna bring over the broker. I'm gonna check this out. Let me get CRM. CRM. Come on. Come here. All right. You also said snowflake. PLNK. I know CRM out of all. Wait, what? Oh, gotcha. Splunk. Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, I have no idea. Duh. Yeah, I like CRM. I like CRM the best. Out of these four, definitely. Hey, Rosebud, by the way, Sunday, Lazy Boy 4000 broke. Took that to Lazy Boy yesterday. Got it back today. They fixed it. Super thrilled about that. Yeah. Yeah, oh no was right. They fixed it for free, so kind of can't. I didn't. Of course, I did break it, but I didn't break it. I didn't like intentionally break it. I was sitting in it, and it literally just like the back dropped, the back right dropped, and I had like I guess the swivel bottom put on it, and I was just like, yeah, I don't like the swivel bottom because one thing that happened with the swivel bottom is it was 3 months old. I know. That's why I wasn't happy. But the thing about the swivel bottom, let me get this, is, the normal seat's kind of like this. It has a little bit of a decline. It has a little bit of a decline to it. But when you put the swivel bottom, it has a little bit more of a decline. Kind of like, I'd say something a little bit more like that. But what that does is it puts more weight on the back side, and that's what broke. And since I'm not like a light person, but I just think that's too much weight sitting on that backside for that swivel bottom. So I just had to take the swivel bottom off and just put on like a normal base to it. So hopefully it's not a problem. And I actually sat in it after I got it back just before I got on a live stream, and I was like, it seems like it's a little bit flatter. I think that was the problem. Made in China. I don't know if Lazy Boy is made in China. I'm sure there's probably a lot of parts that are made in China. Like all those all those people that say things are made in America, they're assembled in America. A lot of it's made overseas. Yeah, it's real difficult to make 100% anything in America. Yeah, made in China. China. All right, well, yeah, CRM. That's right. Got distracted with Lazy Boy 4000 problems. I also just didn't like the swivel base. Like the swivel parts, that part of it's nice, but it sat a little bit higher off the ground than the one I demoed like in the showroom. So I was like, nah, pass. You know what? I'm gonna be kind of small with this size though on CRM, but I'm gonna take a look here. Um, so if it gaps below 160, man, that is gonna be problems. And how much of a move would it be down to like 157.50? Oh man, it could definitely do that. Let me look here. Let me look here. I want to find a very good reward to risk here. Vertical. Oh man, I was hoping it'd be like 80 cents. If I went to say if I went to 157.50, 160, that's still 90 cents. Ugh. Yeah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I was hoping to get like a 3 or 4 to 1. I don't like it. Dang man, that blows. But if it gets under that, it probably does move. It probably moves pretty good. I mean, I do like it. If it breaks this low, it's probably gone. I just don't like the reward to risk. I do like this how it's setting up. I like how it sets up a lot. Dang, I like how it sets up a lot. I just didn't like the reward to risk. I didn't want to push too far below because 157.50 by 155. I mean, 155 is down here. That's a pretty good move. That's a pretty good move. Yeah. So much crap is just made well enough to sell off the shelves. Then it ends up. Well, that's the thing though. I would agree with you 1,000%. I agree with that statement. The problem, well, not the problem, but like Lazy Boy, they warranty their crap pretty good. Like I just showed up, and said, "Hey, I just showed them it was broken." Like, oh yeah, we'll fix that, man. Okay, cool, thanks. Like that's pretty awesome. I don't even know if they're gonna fix the piece that broke. They probably won't. They'll probably trash that. It was a piece of wood, like a joint, like with dowels. The dowels actually broke. That's what broke. So I was like, well, all right, here's what it is. It's kind of funny. I was sitting in my chair like a low riding G, man. I was just looked like I was in a low rider. Just the way it was tilted back after it broke. Like this is fantastic. Oh, I'm gonna get to selling some options probably here soon. I might be doing that this next week. Just bringing some income. It's not going to be big hitter stuff, but I'm not expecting much for the markets. And if I do get assigned some shares, probably just be doing the wheel strategy type stuff. Just bringing some income. I'm not going to look to do anything crazy. If I get put to shares, I'm not going to do a big part of the account, but it'll just be something that kind of brings things in, some cash flow in over a short period of time. If I get put shares, I mean, I'm cool with it. I'd be cool with it. I'll be fine with picking up some shares at this price level. You know, we're probably halfway through into this bear market, back to where I would like to buy it a lot of long term positions. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking. I kind of recently been thinking about that. It's like I don't have to wait for catastrophe to start dipping in. I like the story of the catastrophes. It's kind of fun. But Man, it's going to be so interesting to see how this plays out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So roughly the SPX roughly, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 or 5 months out. That would be June, July if it continued at the pace of 2000 to 2002. The orange bars here, that would be the pace with that bear market, and that's roughly, roughly kind of where you want to be bullish, anyways. I don't think we would be. I don't think we would be bottoming in summer. I would be looking probably like late summer, early fall. That's kind of what my thinking is, just because the economy is still, people are still spending a lot of money. That's the main thing. Once you see consumer spending go down, I think that's going to be like the clear sign that it's about to happen. Batten down the hatches. It's coming. That's going to be my main thing, and I'll probably talk about that in the week market outlook videos. Consumer spending. That's going to be like the focal point. Because once people stop spending money on credit card debts, there's nothing left for them to spend money on, which means, uh, companies that are living off of consumer spending right now, they're going to be then laying people off. So then you're going to see unemployment and then GDP drop, or unemployment's going to go up and GDP is going to drop, then roughly at the same time. Man, but look at that Q's. Look at that monthly. Oh my gosh, that looks so damn bearish. That is brutal. Yeah. After seeing this, I ain't bullish. Not bearish. Oh wait, but man, that is a brutal monthly candle right there. Man, that is a nasty looking candle. It's almost looks like this one back in that May '01 kind of time frame. You got a little doji then the following month, and then the month after that, you finally got the breakdown. It was like game on at that point. Yeah, that's brutal. Brutal. IWM have something like that? Yeah, it pretty much does. DIA just got trounced last month. And it was really the end of the month. Really the end of the month. Like, the last week and a half or so, right before the end of the month, man, it just dropped off. It's all that healthcare stuff. Healthcare's just been getting shellacked. Hewlett Packard tomorrow. Yeah, that's a pretty important support. Going back for months. Late November, got above it. What about before then? Yeah, you can tell it was a pretty good support back over here last May, April, May. Had a hard time chopping below through that level. Oh yeah, here you go. Oh yeah, 1550, man. That's a even 1550 to about 15. There's some noise in that zone, but man, you break through 15. Yeah, because basically here, when it finally did it, when it finally got through 15, back in May, it basically just retested back up into about the mid 1550. Actually, even got up to about 16, and then it rolled over twice. So yeah, you could definitely say that that's probably going to play out here, and it's going to set a very nice head and shoulders. So if it breaks down, gets below 15, any kind of bullish retest up into the 15 to 1550, I would be looking to be bearish on it. It's not looking that great. AVGO. Average Joe Broadcom. Yeah, there's nothing to say. Semiconductor. I mean, yeah, there's not much. I mean, how's Intel? Is Intel still dying? Intel is still dying. TSM. Yeah. AI still. AI. The hysteria is over. The hysteria is over. I mean, why didn't they do that to my stem? That would have been cool. Path. Yeah. I still like these stocks long term. I really do. Oh my gosh. This is just such great opportunities for like the next 2 decades. AI, Path, and STEM. Just amazing. I don't like the niche AI plays. It's just so weird. Um, yeah, it is because I owned it. You're right. Well, I don't own it. I just own Leap options. I didn't own it. What's the long term trend line number on the Nasdaq? Is that the 200-week moving average or something different? Qs long term. You're talking on the daily. Right now on the monthly, it was kind of bouncing off that 50 on a monthly. The weekly, just run through monthly, weekly, daily. Weekly, I mean, it bounced off of kind of nothing. It got below really the 200 on a weekly for a little bit. I mean, it's going to try and bounce here off the 10 and 20 on a weekly. That's one reason why I think that I mean, I really thought that there would be a little bit more of a bounce. Not to say that we don't see one here for the next couple of weeks. But I think people are going to take the opportunity to just sell out of it. And then, the daily. Yeah, the daily popped above the 200. Obviously, the 200 has been coming down. And it might bounce here. And it bounced off of it last Friday. It might bounce again. Does it go back up and take out February's high? Ugh. And I don't know. Right now, the market is not really showing super strong strength. And that's the thing is like the market just keeps selling down. The Q's part of that. They just keep selling down. People are just going to give up. Like people are buying the dip on this. I get it, but you made a new trending high from that October low. You took out that December high, and it's like all right, just buy the retest, buy the dip. But people will give up really quick if it just continues. Like people will just get right up out of there. Marvell tomorrow chart bullish without overbought. Yeah, Marvell doesn't look horrible. This thing needs a nice little gap to change its course. If it gapped up over 50, over 49, over 50, somewhere up in there, that would look so good. That would look really good. Yeah. What are the MACDs? You said not looking overbought. I mean, past several weeks, it's definitely been consolidating quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's kind of based here in the middle part of the stochastics. I mean, the other bad, I mean, not bad, but I mean, the other downside is if it gets below 42, it's just, I mean, it's probably just going to sell off. Man, we got some pretty big earnings actually today and tomorrow. I didn't realize that. All right. Let me look. Let me look real quick. SPY. Sector performance. So we know energies are killing it. XLY, XLRE. Utilities, discretionary at the lower end. Tech at the lower end. Staples at the lower end. XLC at the lower end. Okay, so on the top end, energies, materials, industrials, healthcare, kind of all up the top end. Yeah, and you're just seeing like the steady, just decline, just steadily going down. I mean, back down to the daily lows. My gosh, my goodness. All right, let's run through this real quick. SPY, as we know, is getting down to the daily lows. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. We're gonna have CPI here in 2 weeks. We got some pretty big earnings. Q's down at the daily lows. IWM kind of down at the daily lows. DIA kind of getting down there as well. VIX not really at the daily highs, but could make a move back up there. Dollar. Dollar. I mean, dollar's been pretty weak throughout this week, and the market's also been pretty weak. Yeah, that doesn't sound good for the market. Rates moving higher. Gold bouncing. HYG bonds getting crushed today. LQD, the investment grade stuff, just keeps rolling lower. HYG though, not really looking all that bullish. Yeah, to me, just thought a lot of things just screamed choppy and not so much bullish on the market. Just and a lot of it has to do with rates and dollar. I mean, rates are looking strong, continuing to push higher. Dollar's been pulling back, and the market's been pulling back. So there, I mean, if the dollar just starts turning up, I mean, the market could get crushed real quick. See what you said. No more big numbers this week. No catalyst for a rally. Well, catalyst can go both ways. Sometimes the market's like in sell mode, but catalyst, rally the market, right? So it's just. But yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, because there's been a lot of times over the past really 2 months that the market's been rallying on any kind of catalyst. CPI, jobs, production, a lot of that stuff. The market's been rallying pretty good. So yeah, maybe we just don't have any catalyst to kind of spur that. Hey, the economy is still good, and because that's been like what a lot of it's been over the past 2 months is. Labor production, GDP's been good, but if you look at where it's coming from, it's all coming from consumer debt. So once consumer debt ends, and then the party's over, right? So I mean, that's probably what I'm just going to continue to watch. I'm going to try and trying to see if I can find like the best way to track consumer debt. I don't really know. I mean, I was trying to do it within TradingView, but I mean, I know there's ways to look outside, which I might do that. I might just find a way. I might look up like when the next time we get like consumer debt reports. But guys, that's really all I got. There's not much I really care to do in this market. I'm going to start playing some things a little bit more safe, just bringing in some cash flow. Market's probably just going to be choppy until we break down some key levels later on. The fact that we broke this trend line, that's kind of important. I can see us retest higher up into it. But yeah, not really much to do. A lot of things just not working right now. And I just look forward to getting to the end of the bear market. That's about all I can say. Rosebud, Seba, thanks for being here, hanging out. And I'll talk to y'all laters. Take care, Alpha Hunters.